on the notion that Trump is going to come out with a very hawkish set of tariff announcements. That is the JPMorgan assumption.
How hawkish?
So we're saying 60% tariffs on China.
Okay.
Right? Most clients would tell us that you are by far the most hawkish on your tariff assumptions on the street.
Okay.
Most other forecasters have something in the 20 to 30% range. But with 60% tariffs on China, if China simply allowed FX to adjust in response to those tariffs, you would have dollar China way beyond 800, right? Probably closer to 9. So obviously an exchange rate shock of that scale cannot be allowed. So there's going to be a significant amount of management. And hence we have a forecast for dollar CNY that's 750, and we think upside risks to 750. Obviously this is contingent on a tariff call.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, and I think we're all waiting for the contours of that trade policy to start to take shape and what he's actually going to do here, particularly with China. I mean, there seems to be conversation and at least a view that's gaining traction here that perhaps the expectations with regards to just the economic impact on broadly Asia is a bit overdone right now.
You can debate both sides of that view. So for instance, one of the views that we have is that unlike 2018, when China was able to manage some of the tariff shock by routing trade through third countries in Asia like Malaysia and Vietnam, they won't be able to do that to the same extent this time around because US authorities are far more focused on blocking this transshipment trade. If that were to happen and Chinese excess capacity is unable to find its way to its end export market and it's dumped on the rest of Asia, then you are talking about domestic industrial pressures across many of these Asian countries. Growth could be a lot slower than what we saw in 2018. Also imagine the policy space that many of these countries have. We've fought dollar strength for the last 4 years, pretty much since the pandemic. Currency reserve buffers have been whittled down. We're starting from weaker growth inflation positions. So prospects for Asian FX broadly don't look too bright. And end of the day, a CNY-centric move in Asia is kind of a blunt tool for the rest of the region, right? We have to kind of respond to that.